Don't go up there! Careful, careful, careful! Oh, I wouldn't do that. Don't go up there! Very stupid. Don't go up there! Silly cyclist!
Welcome to episode 48 of Silly Cyclists. I'm your host, Cycle Gaz, and we'll be starting right off at number 10. Now, this gap to the left, I would not filter down that on two wheels. The traffic's just started moving with a green light. This truck may go left, you never know. But this guy decides that filtering past it on one wheel is a perfectly fine idea. And I'm not sure whether to be impressed here or to be worried about his behaviour on the road. Because, you see, he's already on one wheel and he's managing to weave through kind of tight gaps on one wheel, and I certainly can't do that myself. I don't actually think it's a wise idea. Number 9, just look up ahead, the cyclist on the left. Another one in front of him, going slightly slower, but he decides that he has to get in front just before this van stops, and he forces the other cyclist to brake rather heavily. They catch up at the lights, have mutual words, and cycle off into the distance as friends, or maybe that wasn't quite how it happened. Number 8 here, along similar lines, make sure you give your other cyclists plenty of space. This isn't a Cat 5 race, there's no need to brush elbows with them as you pass. And that doesn't just go for other cyclists. Perhaps you should also provide the same sort of courtesy to other road users. As you see here, the road is getting narrower, the lane even, and the cyclist pushes past. Probably not a good idea with those bollards on the side of the road. Hitting one of those at 15-20 mile an hour is certainly going to wind you. We've all seen salmon cyclists in the past, but how about this one? Going across 4 lanes of traffic going in the opposite direction. Perhaps not the best idea on some days, but luckily for him it was kind of clear that day. Number 5. It's normally a good idea to be predictable on the road. Swerving around and braking on a downhill section for kind of what I'd say no reason is not being predictable, and especially if you're a cyclist, you don't have brake lights, probably not the best idea. Number 4 here, I have the cyclist behind me. With filtering, obviously traffic's moving slightly, it's kind of narrow, there's traffic islands to the right. Sometimes people move over to let motorbikes pass, don't check the left. It's always a good idea to go slow. Up ahead, a HGV and the pavement comes out, so there's absolutely no space to go down there. Really bad idea. But that cyclist still said to me something along the lines of, "Hey, get out of the way, let me pass," or something like that. And I call her a nut job or something along those lines. But really, why cycle on the pavement? I thought only little kids did that, and as you'll see from being on the road, you're actually quicker anyway. Number 3 here on Vauxhall Bridge. A lot of people move over at this sort of time to get to the right lanes to make a right turn at the end. This cyclist doesn't quite predict the traffic coming to the stop that it did do, and due to the greasy conditions just went straight into the back of the other vehicle and got a crossbar between their legs. As you see from the replay, it looks like the other car couldn't go around that white vehicle because of the bike that was on the right hand side, and as such the traffic backed up. Which wasn't clear to the cyclist at the time, and then he went into the back of the car. Now I've got to take it a bit easy here because this van is turning. I can't go until they've gone, so I get this guy coming across me, and I think I just shout, "Whoa, easy there, mate," and that's it. I'm on my way, not saying anything anymore. On my journey, keep on going, coming up to some lights, the changes to get there, and as you see ahead, there's a bus stop, so I got to go around it, but there's vehicles to my right, so can't fully change lane. What happens? The same guy comes up again, and I didn't even say anything in that situation. I'll put the video on my channel so you can see it, and literally I can't understand what this guy is saying, so I'm just saying, what the, what's going on, and just laugh, and just, he looked like the guy wants to get in front of me for some reason, so if he wants to get in front of me, bring it on, mate, I'm gonna go. Here's a clip from Cycle Kid Brighton. And he said that he was going for a KOM, and obviously taking the corner a bit quickly, and loses it and crashes and tumbles around. I think just some scrapes and bruises, but I hope he's alright. I think the lesson here is push for your KOMs if you want to, but don't take unnecessary risks. Perhaps taking it a little bit slower on this corner, cutting the line a bit better, because this doesn't look like the best line. I think swinging it to the left a bit more, then coming around to the right is probably a bit better. And hopefully not falling over is always a good idea. This episode's Savvy Cyclist was from Jason Lupton, and you'll see shortly a cyclist in a very good position, not filtered through that gap there between those two vehicles and not pushed their way to the front in front of this tipper truck, staying safely behind and keeping visible. So very good cycling. That's it for this episode of City Cyclists. I hope the next one is in the not too distant future. I have already got some clips for it, so when I get some free time I'll start making the next one. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've got any clips, please do send them in.